Nagaland TV Sop Manola Awas, Aji Amikan Yadi in conversation with a very special person, Taido Kunasegule, Taila Namdo Z Kashito Yepto, ex-candidate Kaspani 1, Aro very successful businessman Nektase, Aro Ivy Aji Taika Logot Amikan question Nekta Duita Hutilubu. Sir, Abuni NLTV ke time dia karne Pishikushi Baise. So, sir, Abuni ke ni mohan Hutibu Munjado. You being the ex-candidate of 2018 election, Kaspani 1, although you have lost, man business te man mundi kina kuramanu. So even though you have lost the election, sir, apni kam kora dikha mohando, ajidak apni la constituency hobi, Nagaland de hobi, apni sabte apni la effort digina development sector de apni beshi improvise kore kina apni jayase. So can we know the reasons? Even though you have lost the election, apuni ajita khar namani gina kile inika piraise sir.
Thank you NLTV for giving me the opportunity of having interviewed me. Well, as you know that I'm a defeated candidate, but the reason that I contested was with a commitment, and although I have lost, I still wanted to keep my commitment, and especially the weaker section, I wanted to help. And there were so many things that I felt I should do it, and that is why I keep doing small things here and there, trying to help the society, trying to contribute to the society. And that is how I am working in my own small capacity.
Kaspani 1 to Nagaland constituency Tamur wala se, aru area bhi beshi Tamur, aru itu nina voters to 67,000 ase. To itu laga area ekta de contest kura laga, aru commitment, aru cover kuruli laga sir. Difficulties practical ki ase sir?
Yes, Kaspani 1 being the largest constituency in Nagaland and also the largest area. It's very difficult, in fact. It's a very challenging and very difficult task. However, we are fortunate because unlike other constituencies, Kaspani 1 too, it's more or less like a mini cosmopolitan city where constituency where all tribes is been represented in Kaspani 1. And having said that, most of the people have a very broad mind. And so it is not very difficult to approach the electorates. Everybody understands and everybody wants development, everybody wants progress. So for me, as I've been working in the party earlier, and as I've already been exposed to Kaspani 1 from a very early age, so it is not very difficult for me in communicating or in getting contact with all the people.
Sir, Kwanishna apuni itu Kaspani 1 area de grassroots level ra othamanik ta se kuna mohan honishe. So yes, although you have lost the election, and the previous election 2018 the apuni contest kuna the independent candidate thakishe. With a margin of around 2,000, approximate 800 per harishe. So where do you think you have gone wrong? Was it the people, or do you think that was it a game that the so-called Tinjun Takishi candidate apuni sir? It will factor with Takishina. So money was a factor.
Yes, absolutely. You see, in fact, I am very thankful to my constituency people for having faith on me and for supporting me. However, it was because of the Aam Aadmi Party, where as I was an independent, our symbol was more or less sabali ki banai dishe, dao aru jarutu. To bura buri aru bostiti thaga আমি হান সবকে বাল প্রায় ইটো ইলেকশন কিনেগা জায়গা না ভোট মারিব লাগে ইটো এডুকেট করবলে পারা নাই ताती परा ताकन तो आमी के दिया से बाबी के ना गलती परा जारूती ही बिशी मारी दिशे नोहिले तो आमी ही जिती बोले ताकिशे but we have more than 115 polling station सब polling station ती 30 40 50 60 गलती मारा शुरू हुई है which add up to more than 7,000 vote loss which was mine had that not taken place I would have led with more than 5,000 vote and so for me it was my mistake otherwise the public had really voted for me so in fact I'm very thankful to them
government, the present government under the leadership of our Honorable CM, Shirini Furio, Daganitia collectively UTA government form guna chuli ase, opposition nai, oppositionless ase, aro takan ko ase jo early naga solution anibo laga bhabana ase ko ase. Olibi itu ekta aha nai, aro election do ahishi gule sir, what will be your corrective measures? The previous election de apuni kaldi kura laga noile sir what will be your commitment because apuni previous 2018 laga apuni la manifesto that apuni public khan ki sabuli laga aro itu educated young employed khan ki apuni space ekta dibuli la pabana takise olibe practically apuni tia ko nisna koriu parne but next step to sir election aishuguli what will be your corrective measures?
See, in regard to the oppositionless government, we all know that the decision has been taken in order to bring an early solution to the Naga problem. As a citizen, we should all support this. And the decision taken, we must all support because I feel that it is high time that the government of India should be sincere in handling the Naga issue, number one. Number two, the main reason of me contesting the election was to help the downtrodden people and the weaker section of the society, as well as the educated and uneducated, unemployed youths. And that was my main reason of trying to help them. And yes, unfortunately I lost, and so I could not do much. But I have made a commitment and to my people, and so it all depends on the circumstance. If the Naga solution, the problem is solved, then there could be some changes. Otherwise, if things doesn't turn up expected, election will take place as scheduled. So if God's willing and if all is well, I still have a determination to work for the people. So let's see, let the time come, we shall decide.
So sir, coming back to a different topic, apni aji man successful businessman ekta howa laga kahani beshi manubra kotha kore aro ami kan bi huni ase ki apni beshi struggle korna utise. So apni itu laga platform pungcha do sir, apni kinika utise and what was the struggle that you were compelled to face? So olop koi dibo sir.
Yes. See, initially, right after passing out from college, I got into business. Aro business gora time tito kwa nishna naga manu to we all have a mindset that business we must start in a big way. But I didn't have the privilege of doing business in a big way because I did not have much support. I mean, literally, I worked hard. I worked hard day and night. I worked hard with determination, and I tried to be honest, and I tried to be sincere in my work, and most importantly, I feared God. And whatever I am today, I believe it's because I'm in a hard work nimiti, I'm in a dedication nimiti, or Isor la blessing nimiti. I'm thankful to God that He has blessed me.
Nagaland state to American sub-jani ase, although it's a small state, American natural resource species ase. Aro Nagaland nishina state ekta time dito industry bi tuita tinta thakise. Just to name a few, sugar mill hobi, aro pepper mill, থাকিছে হলে এটো অলরেডি ক্লোজ ডাউন আৰু আমি কান এতিয়া নাগালেণ্ড ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি কত নাই বাট whereas we have an advisor of industry and commerce বি আছে হলে এতিয়া লাগা rhythm de government do chulile sir young generation laga educated unemployed kan problem face boli laga as a very successful businessman sir what are the changes that you think the government should bring about to put up some industries also?
Yes, that is a very good question because see earlier when I was president chamber of commerce me and my colleagues itu issue ti beshi bar discuss korishe amikan. Now, why in Nagaland we don't have industries? Why don't we set up industries? Why don't we invite multinational companies to set up industries here where jobs can be created? It's a big discuss korishe. Now, everybody says there's no industries. What I feel is Naga manu capable nataga nimiti nohoi itu. Neither that we lack the youth resources. We have the youth resources and Nagas are capable. However, in my opinion, industry kile nai koile to we have to see the reason behind. And the reason behind is because there is no proper electricity. To run an industry, we need proper electricity. So we don't have proper electricity. We don't have proper support from the government. See the SAFARSI Act. No financial institute wants to give loan to entrepreneurs. And if you want to set up an industry, you need to have good investment, and that investment has to come through some financial institute. So nobody is willing to give loan. And there are so many factors. That is the reason why we are not able to have industry here. If you talk in terms of youth resources, we have a good population. But it is also the duty of the government to see that these youths are trained properly. Human resources, human skill development has to be imposed. We need to train them, we need to take them out, we need to expose them. Then they come back with that knowledge and they can set up industries, start up business. Then government should step in, they should give them some grant or give them good infrastructures facilities, approach the financial institute to help them, provide proper electricity. So if these problems can be taken care of, then I see that we are very capable. Nagas are very capable, we are very talented, we are very innovative, we are very intelligent people. We can have a lot of industries, and by having a lot of industries, we can also give employment to a lot of educated and uneducated. We can solve employment problem to a great extent.
So sir, American Dimapur to Sile, the only gateway of Nagaland. Why? American metropolitan city koi, town bi koi, will compared to Guwahati, Chutoi ase, will be American Nagaland la gateway ase. Will be American Itiadak Sile business area to Sile, Bishipak non-locals pride dominate Kurna American ase. So in your opinion, local entrepreneurs can happen itia kwanisina. Main do kile itu main market ahibo na pare apuni laga sir find out be.
See, there are two things. Firstly, locals, most of them wants a white collar job. Paila government service job kushish kurubo, jodi napa picheti, they take business as a second option. Whereas the non-local community, they have opted for business as their first option. Equanimity since inception, that can be business kuriase. And that is why today they have dominated most of the market. And that is how business is going. However, now with the younger generation, we see a lot of younger generation coming into business with determination. And all of them, they are doing good. Now, for example, you see most of the vehicle showrooms are owned by Naga people. Now, and likewise, most of the other business also Nagas are doing well. So in due course of time, we are mostly either in the first generation or second generation in the field of business. So we still have a long way to go. non-locals kan to takan baba ama grandfather prai business kurigina establish kurigina ase. My father was never a businessman, so I'm a first generation business. But somehow we've entered and with determination we are working. Likewise the rest. So gradually, in due course of time, we will also become permanent business people. We will also be able to take over the market. But initially, we'll have to work hard.
Apuni itia koa nishina apuni defeated ase aro itia elected legislatures ekta apuni constituency de ase and hopefully taido cabinet de ase to apuni recently itia rasta bi inaugurate korise cheke laga stretch of about 1.5 kilometer approximate to sir itia constituency de apuni elected legislatures pra kura kam de workmanship bhala asina nai satisfied asina nai noile etia legislatures elect korna thaka pra apni la constituency de development area de kutkuti dia se kutkuti liking ase ini apni la opinion be ekta duita.
See, in my opinion, not only my constituency, khali ami laga gas pani one la constituency la khotai noi, but in general, whoever is elected, itu tai laga duty ase, tai laga constituency ti ki development ki program anibo lage, he has to look into it, and accordingly, through state fund or through central scheme, whichever source he can pull in the resources, he should take the initiative to development anibole. Now, the funny thing that I see is, itupi ami laga pocket para gurishe, utupi ami laga pocket para gurishe. Koatu, I want to question the people. Whether you have elected a candidate for him to bring development work through state fund or central fund, or for him to make development from his pocket. By doing so, jodi apni pocket para ekta particular minister para nolebi MLA para tai laga nije pocket para bana ase koile to, whether that is, we should appreciate that or not is a big question. In my opinion, as an intending candidate and as a candidate, in my opinion, ami kine gurigena ami la pocket para banabo. Jodi ami pocket para bana ase koile to itu to ami to chor manu ase to. Na, ki karne koile to state fund para banaibi goise, central fund para banaibi goise, itu to na pare. So that means you are not fit. I see in some other constituency to LADP para bana ase koi kena bishi program dekhi ase hole bi ami khan na constituency to itu ami tapi huna nai aro kot ti jabo tati pe ami la pocket para bana ase yeti pe ami la pocket para ase to I don't think the people have elected the concerned MLA for him to make from his pocket. So I think this statement is very wrong, and we must discourage this kind of practice, whomever it may be.
Sir, apuni ki itia question to political business of milagina hoti ase because apuni itu laga field ase. So my next question is, sir, being a businessman, ami kan apuni bi jani ase ki apuni man duk pai kina utha laga apuni ki kahani kuise aro apuni nishina aro bi sir juniors kan youngsters kan naka kan entrepreneur kan huti bu munja pishi manu ase in the field of business. Oli bishi manu ro ami kan Nagaland ti dikha to business koribo kole taxation laga problem bishi hune aro saman khan anibo kole nijo direct anibo na pare noile to syndicate union laga through noile register nokorele ito ahibo na para laga ami kan ajikali educated unemployed youth kan bishi dikhi ase. So as a businessman itu laga syndicate laga system aro union laga system to kiniga penetrate korina jaile ami kan naka society palo bonishina ekta pagisra bunila.
Yes, this is a question which need to be addressed at the earliest. Nohile to itu taxation has become like a parasite sucking the blood of the Naga society. We must take it very seriously. When I say taxation, it doesn't only implicate to our undergrounds, but to everybody involved in this system. For example, you talk about syndicate. A group of people try to monopolize the entire market and control the rates of that particular commodity or item, and Naga people have to suffer. Even police can talk he gate to gari entry guru bole tax lo ase. Even organization can talk he various organization under various umbrella tax lo ase. So ultimately kun he price pay guru ase to. Ultimately it is the consumer. And who is the consumer? Ultimately it is the Naga people. We are paying more than anybody else in the country is paying. And that is why our economy is very bad. And that is the reason why younger generation don't want to boldly enter business. They are discouraged because of this taxation. So I think the government has to come out very firm. They must make a very firm law in regard to taxation and do away with taxation, remove all this illegal taxation, and the society, the civil society in particular, should voice out together, and we should totally stop this. Then only we can see progress. Otherwise, as long as this taxation is going, itu ami khan nawa society itu ekdom itu to corruption hin kuri dia ase itu. So we should all join hands together and we must fight together to remove this taxation. No matter whatever taxation it may be, we must condemn it.
Thank you so much. Apni NLTV ki time dina. Apni la inputs pishi dishe. Ito karone pishi kushi paise. But before we wind up, since you are from both the political and the business field, do you, apni la last message ekta sir for the Naga people? Apni camera saigina ekbar sir koi dibo.
My message is to the younger generation and to the younger people, to the people of Nagaland is, number one, election time ti nije laga vote bigir kuriye na nakhabi. By doing so, you are encouraging corruption. Let me tell you one thing. Jodi ekta businessman tai nije benefit nimite tai monopoly gurishe gole to maybe a certain section will benefit or will lose. But jodi apni corrupted politician ke elect kurishe koile to the entire younger generation will be finished. Itunimiti ami appeal kurato to all my Naga brothers and sisters that morampara election ti vote bikri no guribi. Number one. And number two, to all the upcoming businessmen of Nagaland, the younger generation, you must work hard. Without working hard, it will be very difficult. You will have to be honest, you will have to have the determination, and you must put in your effort. It is not necessary ki apni business gora to crore invest kurigena guru boy laga picheti his success papala kota no hai. But in a small way, you have that dignity, and if you work hard with God's blessing over a period of time, you will definitely make success. You will definitely be successful. So don't give up and work hard.
To abunigan huna nishina Mr. Z Kashito Yepto, ex-candidate Kaspaniwan, aro businessman taibra ko abunigan hunishe. Tai ko to amikhan Nagaland to resource pishi thakalaga state ase. Itu entrepreneurs uthibo karone kali Naga entrepreneur bra mun digina kam gurai kala noina. Government bra bi effort dibuli laga time pungchishi kona tai kushi aro itui noina Naga entrepreneurs kan business ko to dangor scale di shuru kora noi. Will be with whatever little apuni ase chutu ta turigina ase itu bra shuru kurina business to hard work kurigina never give up la spirit thagina kurile apuni successful hobo kuna tai kuise aro most importantly tai laga khotari tai ko ado Nagaland laga society to taxation itu ekta problem dangor ase aro itu solve kuribo karne individual contribution civil society contribution aro government la effort pra itu society pra eradicate kuribo lage kuna tai kuise although tai bra defeated candidate ase holibi tai commitment naga manu karne aro tala constituency karne jindu tai commitment ase ajidak tai kurigina jai ase aro naga manu bra chance digina aro bi tai privilege paile in the coming days Naga society karne tai kam kuribo karne ready ase kuna tai janai dise to itu nishina news aro alak alak news karne apni kan sai thakibi NLTV moi ase Sangamayer with my camera person Mr. Zuchan reporting for NLTV Dimapur from Chumukutima.